Today we are discussing the indifference point. Indifference point, it refers to that level of EBIT where EPS remains the same irrespective of different alternative of debt equity mix or capital structures. As we have discussed in the capital structure, that a company may have different capital structures. A company may have debt and equity, or company may include debt, equity and preference in its capital structure. So every company may have different capital structures. If a company is planning to expand its capital structure, then it may have different financial plans. Like there may be a plan that company may include equity and debt and debentures or debt instruments in the capital structure, or under the second financial plan, company may plan to have equity and preference shares. So company may have different financial plans. Both these financial plans may be adopted by the company. These are the different alternatives for the company. And indifference point is that point. It is that level of EBIT where EPS, if you are following different capital structures, like here under the first plan the capital structure consists of equity and debt, and in the second financial plan they are including equity and preference. So they have different capital structures under both these plans. And indifference point is that point where if you are calculating EPS under the financial plan 1 and under plan 2, that will be same. So you are getting same EPS under different capital structures, and you have to identify the level of EBIT, that is earning before interest and tax. At that level your EPS will be same irrespective of the different capital structures. So this means that EPS under financial plan 1 is equal to EPS under financial plan 2. So we have to identify what will be the level of EBIT at which the EPS under both these capital structures will be same. So how to calculate EPS? EPS is earnings available for the equity shareholders divided by the number of equity shares. So here the EPS we need to calculate EPS under both these financial plans, and so that we can determine the level of EBIT at the indifference point. So mathematically we can calculate EPS. EPS means earnings available for the equity shareholders divided by the equity shares. So earnings available means earning before interest and tax minus interest under the first financial plan. Interest, if you deduct interest, that will be the earnings before tax. Then you have to adjust a tax for this 1 minus T, and if a company is having a preference shares in its capital structure, then you have to deduct preference dividend also, divided by the S1, this is the number of equity shares under financial plan 1. That will be equal to EPS under financial plan 2. So EPS, how we calculate EPS under financial plan 2? Same formula, EBIT minus interest under financial plan 2, 1 minus T, that is tax rate, minus preference dividend divided by number of equity shares under financial plan 2. So here EBIT means earning before interest and tax. I1 is interest under plan 1, I2 is interest under plan 2. Preference dividend 1 and 2 means preference dividend under plan 1 and 2. S1 is the number of equity shares under plan 1. S2 is number of equity shares under plan 2. So here we need to calculate, with this formula we can calculate the level of EBIT. So EBIT we can write here as X minus I1, that is interest under plan 1, 1 minus T minus preference dividend divided by S1, and X minus I2, 1 minus T minus preference dividend divided by number of equity shares under plan 2. So with this formula we can calculate the value of X. So that X will be the point of indifference, and that will be equal to the level of EBIT where the EPS under both these plans will be same. So this point of indifference we can also calculate with the help of a chart. So on the x-axis there is a EBIT, and on y-axis there is a EPS. So if we draw EPS and EBIT under both the, if suppose we are having two plans, under both the plans we can plot EBIT as well as EPS. So indifference point will be that point where both plan 1 and plan 2, their lines both intersect with each other. It means here in both these plans the EPS will be same, that is 10 lakhs. So under plan 1 here at this level EPS is 10 lakhs, and under plan 2 here also the EPS is 10 lakhs. So this is the indifference point. It means under both these plans this is a point where EPS is same. And how to calculate EBIT? We need to see what is the level of EBIT at this point of indifference. So here the level of EBIT is 20 lakhs. So EBIT is 20 lakhs. So when the EBIT is 20 lakhs, then EPS under both these plans will be same. This is how we can calculate the indifference point mathematically as well as with the help of a chart.